Ndị be anyị ekeneni m unu n'ụbọchị nke taa. Anyị sị na ya dịrị ndị Igbo na mma. Dịka o si dị, ihe a bụ Igbo Media ka anyị si wee na-ewetara unu ya bụ nnukwu ozi dị oke mkpa gbasịta maka ana Igbo and Igbo community and ihe debe na Nigeria. Ya bụ ife ka anyị na-ewetara unu na Igbo Media. Dịka isi wee na-esole anyị, ọ bụ na nke a bụ ụbọchị izizi gị ị na-abịa n'ilu akwụkwọ na Igbo Media, kabaru ka subscribe and turn on your notification ka ị lapụ miss any of our update dịka anyị na-etikwu ya n'ilu akwụkwọ kwa mgbe. Dịka o si dị, o nwere ya wetara n'ụbọchị nke taa gbasịta maka ka ya bụ ife si ada and gbasịta maka ka ya bụ ife si akpọtụ n'ala Igbo. Biko mma achọ ka ige ya bụ ife. Ihe a bụ ihe BIAFRA Chief of Staff bụ Ngozi Orabueze kwuru n'ilu akwụkwọ gbasịta maka ka o si ada na Finland and gbasịta maka Biafran Prime Minister Maazị Simon Ekpa. So igecha ya bụ ife idropụra ife iche n'ilu akwụkwọ gbasịta maka ihe bụ ife ndị a niile okwu. All right, over to you.
People, if Fulani terrorists are coming to your state to kill people, you may be in your own zone or in your own area. It is those civilians walking on the street, those state governors and the civilians will inform, oh, where are these terrorists going? They are the ones that will pick up the phone and call the state governor that I just passed through these Fulani terrorists, that they're all carrying guns, looking for who to kill. It is the state governor that will now alert the commander, hey, this is information I just get. Can you be able to check this out? You cannot operate alone, whether you're a governor or you're a commander or you're a civilian. We all need to work together to defeat this common enemy, which is the reintegrated terrorists wearing Nigerian military and police uniform, being sent by Christopher Musa and Tinubu to come to our land and kill our people, and the Ebuka and co. Those are our enemies, and the politicians that bring them in. So we need that collaboration, please. Next question, next person, please.
Thank you, Pastor Jonathan.
Good evening, my EPM. Good evening, the entire cabinet members present. Good evening, Biafrans. Actually, I don't have question, but I need to say something that has been in my mind for a long time. Somebody asked a question. He said he wants to be told the truth. The truth is that our DPM has poured out her mind, her heart, passionately to Biafrans. And you can see transparency, you can see honesty in her. And you ought to know that we cannot go back anymore. We have the government, the United States of Biafra. Some people called me from the left and they were asking me that we have to go back to Bridgie. I said, listen, going back is death. Going forward is life. In Igbo, they say it, they made all kinds of pleadings, but we cannot go back. I don't know the truth you want. The truth is that the United States of Biafra has come to stay. And anybody working against that is working against not the Deputy Prime Minister, but against himself and his generations to come. That is the truth. At the same time, I want you to know so many people have asked questions, the source or how the military are being paid. The military, you see, or sponsored is coming directly from the United States of Biafra. the military, you always hear that have been extensively said in this forum, is that our military is decentralized. To let you know what it means, because so many people are not understanding it. The USB military operates under a decentralized command structure. That is what it means, where authority flows from the DPM as at now, as the commander-in-chief, down through the Secretary of Defense, the deputy, the joint staff, and whom we know as at now could be Butuzo, the governors, and the commanders of the various branches and combatant commanders. This is just how it works. Everywhere in the world, it is like that. It is set up that way. So our own can never be different. So get this clear. When an individual comes up making video, especially carrying gun, that person is telling you that he doesn't know anything about the rules and regulations governing the armed forces. That tells you that the person needs education. When we say we need education, it's not to belittle you. I am 65 years old and I am still in school. All Biafrans need education. Our DPM has been saying a lot that we need to be educated, we need to learn, we need to be trained. Even the Nigerian government, the military, Nigerian military, you call them zoo. I have never seen any of them one day lift up their guns and begin to challenge Tinubu. I have not seen that, yet you call them zoo. And this is United States of Biafra. This is a nation that has to be compared with any developing country in the world. And that is what we are trying to build. That's where we are going. If you do not know that, you need to know that today. And also, I want to let you know that anyone that is criticizing this government is not criticizing the government based on, they are not sincere. You see, they are very selfish. Anybody that comes out there to criticize the government is either the position the person is looking for, he or she has not gotten it. That is the reason. So I want us to get that right, because I have looked into all what is going on. I have prayed about all that what is going on, and I have found out that most people that are criticizing the government is just because they did not get what they want. Our DPM had told us we have thousands and one opportunities or businesses or jobs lying out there for Biafrans. You can queue in. You have to queue in, prepare yourself, position yourself. You will get whatever you want. It is obvious. And I want you to note that people who are busy, they talk less. And those jobless ones, they're the ones talking, criticizing, looking for errors, looking for faults, instead of them to build from their own little area. Somebody told me that he is the acting prime minister. I said, you are telling lies. He said, after speaking with me for over 45 minutes, and you still say I'm telling lies. I said, yes. He hung the phone. See, so I want us to note that somebody came up online as an elderly person and now begin to blame a part or one part and say that this part, I do not know what they are doing, especially Biafran money. But he didn't tell us what the other part is doing with Biafran money. if you're a parent, you have 2 children and they are fighting, what do you do? Do you have to side one side and blame the other one, or you find a way of reconciling both? That is what makes you an elder. Anyway, I'm not going too further, but I just want us to note that we have to be united under one government and fight a common enemy, and know for sure that you have nothing to lose as Biafran. You are going to gain so much. If you are looking, if your ambition is in politics, you are going to have any position you want. You can contest as governor, you can contest, you can become president, you can be anything you want when we have Biafra. And if you want to have money, you have the privilege, a good environment to operate your business. You will not be afraid of anybody killing you. Nigeria is a mess. Please, my Biafrans, I appeal to every one of us. Let's work together. It's not coming here to say, my sister, we are the same place, from the same place, you are my brother, this, and yet behind you are killing that person and you are criticizing that person. That is not what we want. Please. And God will bless every one of us. Thank you.
That's a nice submission.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Pastor Jonathan. For those of you that don't know who just spoke, that's the Secretary of Trade and Commerce. Thank you so much.
Fools like okay, cannot do election in FINLAND though.
Please, Mazo Lisemeka. Ewo. Okay. Mazo Baroland, okay. Your turn, please. Like the DPM said, please, let's make it short. Thank you. Go ahead, Mazi. Roland, okay. Hello? Okay. I'm moving on. Next is Mazi Teddy Emegama.
Okay, thanks a lot for allowing me to speak and ask my question. Actually, all what I want to say has been done by a good number of speakers. My question goes to the hierarchy stated in the Defense Department. On getting to the general and the Joint Chief, actually, who draws the organigram for them? And how's the report format, or not report format? How's the report hierarchy? Do they have to be approved by the Joint Chief of Staff, or will people under the general, the Joint Chief General, go out of the scene and actually start making utterances, making comments and everything to the people? I just want to understand, is there any particular restriction on what the people under the general will do in order not to expose us to all these announcements and everything from the likes of the, is it general, somebody commander, gentle or whatever? I don't know. I just want to understand, is he controlled or is he not controlled? Are they allowed commanders to pop out from any angle and start making reports and announcements to the people of Biafra?
Yeah, I know before defense come in, let me quickly thank you so much for that question. Remember, we are kind of, let me call it kind of a transitional phase. And I want us to understand where we are coming from, where we have been, and where some of our brothers and sisters who are defending our land has been. This might be the first time that I think they are going through that normal process of orientation and reorientation on what a nation should look like, what a nation military should look like. So we have not really been here for that long, but we also welcome those who could come in and help us draft some of these trainings and protocols and all that for our sisters and brothers that are defending our land from the reintegrated terrorists sent by the Nigerian state to kill us, rape our women, kill our children, take our men away and lock them up in all different kinds of jails. So we welcome that. Another thing is this: somebody said it, one doesn't really have to be a true expert of anything to really build a successful organization. Some of us, our parents, they built organizations that are very, very successful, but they are not maybe degree holders or graduates and all that. But sometimes common sense is not common. And one does not truly have to be a degree holder or have so much education to do certain things. That is why everybody here, you can only do one thing at a time. Limited in the sense that even if somebody is a president of a country or the governor or the secretary of information, secretary of defense, secretary of anything, business, you still need the help of other people. Again, if we have somebody who is a very successful defense individual, who follows the rules, guidelines, goes through the training, they don't have to be graduate holders, but those individuals with the power given to them can hire experts to surround him. When we have somebody like President Trump or President Biden or some of these presidents, they are not professional. They are not professionals in everything. But what they do is to hire the professionals and the experts that knows the thing they need to run a successful department. They hire them around them. The government pays them, and that individual becomes successful, regardless of the level of education or anything. But because the person has proven his or her worth in the government. So again, we welcome all Biafrans in different fields. Now we're a nation with about 18 departments. Find a place to fix yourself in. There are a couple of departments that have really been getting people. And these secretaries, their job is to liaise with them, tell them your area of expertise, and then talk with them, work with them. Those on ground that are the replicate of what we have here, they're already hiring a lot of experts in Nigeria, in Biafra. That's why we said Nigeria state needs to leave all our government offices ASAP, because Biafrans have been hired, are on standby to start work in all the government offices from day one. They need to leave our land. So again, I understand the angle we're coming from. It's a process, it's a work in progress. We cannot get everything at the same time. But again, we expect and we encourage all Biafrans to continue to improve themselves in area of education. Even when we have any commander or anybody carrying chains of guns, showing himself on Twitter, or that is out of order, that is out of protocol. We're not building a country or a nation. So if that individual has participated on that international human rights law that guides the war processes and how we conduct wars, because we are ready to engage the terrorists that are coming into our land. We are ready for that. And that is why we are going through these trainings to know what we can do and what we cannot do. So if this individual has been in that training, he or she will understand that to even come out with chains of guns around your neck and showing it publicly and saying that you're working with for the United States of Biafra, that is a no-no. Not even our prime minister will support that individual in doing anything like that. So it's a work in progress. We'll continue to develop the appropriate skills, education, and all that to make sure that we become the best of what we deliver to our new nation. Thank you.
Yeah, can I shed some light on that question, please? The defense, if you don't mind.
Yeah, go ahead, please.
Thank you very much. Somebody asked the question. Thank you for that wonderful question. The question goes to depends about the organogram as far as the chain of command. How does it flow? Like our DPM said, the development of Biafran forces is still work in progress. However, we have already conducted a couple of trainings that have to do with discipline. It's all about discipline. And we also have our TRADOC, Training and Doctrine Command, in which we are now trying to recruit people who will help us in developing that area as part of the training of the military and our doctrines, how this chain of command then flows. So this is transitional phase, and our country is still new. A lot of things and military terminologies will continue to come as we go along. We just ask Biafrans to exercise patience and work with us. And I believe we have already trained a lot of people, and we ask all our commanders to endeavor to attend these trainings when we call for one. We cannot call for training and people fail to come, and when they fail to come, they will not participate and they will not get the benefit therein. So like last week, we have training on rules of engagement. Our military should not be seen, like the DPM said, with the weapons in public unless they are engaging the enemy. That's the only time they're expected to see their weapons like that. So these are the kind of things that came up in our last training. If this commander was there, he wouldn't be doing what he did the last time. Thank you very much, Biafrans. Continue to plug in, continue to follow us as things unfold. Thanks.
Thank you so much, Onyami. Next person, Dr. Agi.
Thank you. Next person is Reverend John Okoro. Reverend John Okoro. Reverend John Okoro. Okay. I'm moving to iPhone.
Yeah, I'm here.
Please go ahead and speak, sir.
I want to show my video if you don't mind.
Okay, go ahead and start your video, please.
Yeah, okay. All right. All protocols observed. My name is John Okoro. I was a soldier in Biafra between, 66 to 70. There were just two of us born of that are male in my family. My brother was also a soldier, but he's deceased now. First of all, I just want to express my gratitude to all of you. All protocols observed. Every one of you that has been in the struggle deserves a pat on the back. You guys are doing a great job. Thank you so much. God bless all of you. I just want to ask a question. Is the Zoom we are on a public thing that for everybody's consumption?
You say what?
Are you hearing me?
You say what?
I said, the Zoom we are on now, is it public for everybody's consumption?
No, I'm not sure we are airing it. Dr. Honorable, we're not airing this, right? Dr. Agi? Okay, it's being aired, right? Okay, it's being aired, sir. Go ahead, please. Yeah.
Okay. The reason I'm asking is I've been observing in the background for a number of months, and a lot of great things are happening there. This is my first time joining. I've been following what is happening from when you were in Finland up till now. And I want to say that a lot of great things are happening. And people need to realize that USB has just been here for 4 months. And I am amazed at the kinds of questions people come to the public to ask. Some of these questions are what should be addressed at the back end. I wonder how you do it, my COS DPM. Everything I'm seeing, most of the things I'm seeing are just sheer distractions.
Thank you.
And if you are going to spend, they're going to tie up your time answering some of the questions that others should be addressing, they will really be overworking you. And one of the things, most of the comments I make it in Ugo 247 and QITV. My handle is nnamdi BIAFRA. But I just want to say, unu jisi ike na ihe dum unu na-eme. Inweta ihe anyị na-achọ is not an easy thing to do. And people are going to come here and criticize, but stay focused. Keep your eyes on the ball. And what you are doing is for generations to come. And as you pointed out, it's not about you. It's not about anybody else who is in the struggle. It's about the ultimate goal of getting Biafra. A lot of people have lost their life for Biafra. And the only thing we have to fear at this time really is fear itself. People should not be afraid. If you want to complain, those things that are not doing well, bring yourself out and take one on. If you know how to do things better than any other person, present yourself to the government and let them use you. In my opinion, there are questions the DPM shouldn't even be touching here because they're not worth our time. And Madam COS, what you need to do is surround yourself, like I know you have done, with people who are capable of carrying out the assignments they need to carry out. And in fact, the way I look at it, if you are not going to contribute to the cause and you have nothing to contribute, I look at everybody, including the generals, as
Nwadalụ nne from Igbo media bụ ebe anyị si were wetara ya bụ ozi dị oke mkpa gbasara maka ihe na-eme na Nigeria and ihe na-eme n'ebe dị iche iche na Eastern region and unu na oke na Finland and Biafran Prime Minister ka esi jide ya the update and ya bụ Biafran declaration nke eme na Finland so ihe niile aka ya anyị na-ewetara n'iru akwụkwọ ka ife were ikwu gbasara maka ya bụ ihe Chief of Staff kwugasị n'iru akwụkwọ ya na ebe ọtọgasị aka and the new development on Biafra of United States of Biafra so ya bụ ife ka anyị si ka anyị tinyere unu kunu gwa ifu nche n'ụdị nkunu gbasara maka ya bụ ife ngwa daalụ dị nke emesịa n'ụmụ